Recording.
Okay.
So hello everybody and welcome to today's Thursday live. I am Denise Armenio. I am certified emotion code, body code, and energy group facilitator, as well as a genius biofeedback practitioner. You can reach me with any questions at Denise at Inside Health Apps. And I also have my beautiful two helpers here, Claire McIntyre and Connie Minnis. And thank you so much. And they will be helping answer any questions you may have in the chat. So if you have any questions, please put them in there. I will be working today with chakras. So hopefully you will enjoy that. And I did have a volunteer and she has not shown up. So if someone would like to enter in the chat, if you would like to volunteer, I will be happy to work with you today. So whoever that may be.
Well, you monks got sex.
So does anybody want to, oh, Vita, is that you raising your hand? Okay. I think that's what you mean there.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to lower your hand and you are off mute. So hi and welcome. Can you turn your video on?
Since I figure it out, yes.
There's like a little movie camera screen that you should be able to find. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. So are you a Genius owner?
Yes.
And how long have you had the Genius for?
Oh gosh, long time.
Oh, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Well, as I'm getting started here, so we could just keep things moving and that you get your full demo. What is your birthday?
May 30th, 1960.
Ah, birthday coming up.
Yes.
Okay, so I have your birthday information added there. And hello, Marie, who just joined us. And Marie, I know that you sent me an email. I didn't forget about you. I will talk to you later after the live. So I am just going to now hit next. Actually, Marie, I'm just going to take a screenshot of, sorry, Vita, take a screenshot of you right now.
Okay.
Whoopsies. Well, sorry, all my view on my Zoom started moving all around. Okay, so I've done that. Now for anybody who is on a free trial or hasn't purchased the Genius yet and is just trying to learn a little bit more about it, we've entered Vita's information on this first page, and we're just going to hit next on the bottom of the screen. And while we're at this page, Vita, why don't you just tell us a little bit of what you would like to work with today, even though we're working on the chakras. What are some issues that you would like to work with?
Right now, I'm really stressed and hard to function. Like I'm obsessing about a lot of things, and it would be nice to clear some of that up.
Okay. So if you were to rate that 10 being like very high, how would you rate that on a scale of 0 to 10?
A 9.
Okay. And do you have any physical pain?
My knees.
Both, or right or left?
Both.
And what is the pain level there?
Probably a 5.
Okay, I'm just going to type in very stressed here and knees. Okay, and from there, I'm just going to hit begin on the bottom. And that has been entered. So now I am going to ask in a minute for you to say your full name and repeat the vowels A, E, I, O, U. And just repeat that until the 15 seconds is up.
Okay.
So I will count you down. I'll say 3, 2, 1, begin, and then it's all yours. You ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, begin.
Vita Jenna Talbert, A-E-I-O-U. Vita Jenna Talbert, A-E-I-O-U. Vita Jenna Talbert, A-E-I-O-U. Vita Jenna Talbert, A-E-I-O-U. Vita Jenna Talbert, A-E-I-O-U.
That's perfect. Thank you. And
Sure.
I'm just going to play the voice harmonics down here at the bottom. This is just translate what you just recorded into a frequency. The tones are usually very low, and with the Zoom audio interference, it's sometimes hard to hear, but I will try. Okay, were you able to hear it?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. All
That's
right,
okay.
so from here, we're just going to hit next on the bottom of the screen. And just continue. And now I've saved your photo so I can just go and find it. And there you are. And I'm going to hit begin analysis. And continue. Is there an affirmation that you would like to use?
I guess I am well.
Well, I am stress-free and pain-free. How's that?
Okay.
And I'm just going to hit OK. Now, for anybody who's unclear as to what this is, when we add these affirmations in here, the genius will translate this these affirmations into a frequency, and it will overlay that frequency with the other items when we run the scans. So now I'm just going to go, and I am going to go to my libraries, and I am going to add to client. Oh, I'm not finding it right now. Hold on. Oh, sorry, guys. I know what I'm doing. I mean, there we go. Just going to start with these libraries at first, just so it's a little bit less confusing. Sometimes I have so many in there. I'm going to hit begin analysis. Okay, so now the first thing I wanted to show everybody here is that the genius works in a value system. So the numbers range from 0 to 777, and the colors correspond to different number ranges. So blue corresponds with the range 0 to 100, and items that are blue or within that range are observed to be chronic energetic disturbances. So that would be kind of like in China's medicine, stagnant energy. And then from 101 to 450, that range is represented by the color green. And then we go from there to about 451 to 688 is the yellow range, or I mean the yellow color that falls into that range. And from there we go to 689 to 777, and that is represented by the color red. And those items that appear red or that fall into that range, we have observed that to be like acute energetic disturbances. So it's energetic disturbances that are happening now in the present time. And Chinese medicine could also refer to that as like heat or inflammation. When we work with items in the main hold tray, which is down here at the bottom, and we'll go into more detail on that in a little bit, you'll see that we work often on sorry, I'm tongue-tied today, ranges from 600 and above and 200 and below. And the reason for that is sometimes when we the genius, when we run the progressive insights, a lot of those items that are on the cusp of red and blue might end up being highs when the genius looks at all the items relationally, when it looks at them, how they relate to each other in general. So that is a little bit on what the colors and the numbers mean. On the left hand side, just to the left of the different headings, you see arrows, and that is just letting us know that there is information that we can go a little bit deeper. I'm going to go down to the aura, and here we don't see the arrows, and that's because there isn't any information. I put, I hope that helps if everybody's hearing me okay. I tried as loud as it can go, so hopefully that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to click on aura so we can get Vita's aura picture. So all we need to do that is hit begin analysis. Is everybody hearing me better now? Deborah or Ruth, are you hearing me better? And so this is your aura picture.
It seemed when you started sharing screens, your voice dropped off quite a bit. So maybe you should, are you using two screens, one for you and one for the genius?
I'm sharing my genius screen. You can't see it?
Is it possible that you could turn the volume up on your computer?
It's all the way up.
Okay. Maybe you just need to sit a little closer to your mic. I don't know.
I'm pretty close.
You were louder at the beginning, but you dropped off when you started working.
Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes
it's when you've listened to some sort of tone or it's done an analysis, then the volume will go down. So it's immediately after you've done that, just turn it back up.
So everybody's hearing me now, okay? Okay. So anyway, back to your aura. This isn't a bad aura, but the colors are a little bit paler. I like to see bright, vibrant colors. So when they're pale or muddy or dirty, it's just an indication that there's more stagnant energy there. So hopefully we will be able to see some brighter colors as we keep working. The next thing I'd like to do is I'm going to go into my libraries, and I'm just going to hit begin analysis. And I know it looks like I only have one library here, but that's what I call the master branch. So in a minute I'll get to open it up as soon as it's done scanning. Okay, so I've added all these libraries in. So the first thing I'd want to work on is working with some of the essential nutrients, and I'm just going to add, I'm really going to add all of these in today. There's minerals and vitamins and amino acids in here, and just all the 45 nutrients that the body needs to have run to function. And I'm going to put this on 1 minute, and I'm going to select all, and I'm just going to run all of these. I did turn it down. I hope everybody could hear me, just because it was very loud here. Sherilyn, I will go in and check in a minute, but I think it's on the frequencies that are all the default frequencies, but I will just go and double check that. Is there a particular reason why you're asking that question, or you're just curious? Also, so we had 19% here. I'm just going to go back, and what Sherilyn is asking me is when we go into
Yeah, she goes through and she chooses, yeah. She pushes a button and then it gives you a,
Deb, I think we need to turn your mic
this
off.
not doesn't show here, to see how much it has balanced. And it has to, she really should be in the 40s and 50s.
Is someone, can we turn someone's mic off who's ever talking there? So I have it on 50%. I could turn it on sonic wave. Sometimes the sound is a little different in sonic signatures. I don't know if that's why I was asking. We can just see what that's like. And okay, so I ran the 45 essential nutrients. The other thing that I wanted to work a little bit with, I have some hydration libraries here, and I'm going to add all the 600 and aboves and all the 200 and below. Just try to get the body prepped for working with different frequencies here. Oh, sorry, Mike. So I have a few different hydration libraries that I've been working with. It's kind of like laying the foundation just to make sure that the body is receptive to receiving everything. And then as soon as I add all these, I will just run these for a minute or so.
Quick question, teacher, from Deb. Do each one of these frequencies that you're adding go for a specific number of seconds, or does the computer continue to work with each one until they're rectified and then move on to the next item in the list?
Well, it depends how, when you create those libraries, how many seconds that they run for. The default is 10 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Oops. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying, there's a lot here, so I just want to try to get these in quickly. I think I got them all. So I'm just going to run all these quickly. And on 1 minute. Carolyn, is that what you're more familiar with, hearing that tone? You can really like muscle test if you're capable of muscle, if you know how to muscle test to see which tone to put on. Some people may respond better to the harmonics, and some people may respond better to the sonic frequencies. So. Okay, so that was great. You have a great 46% rectification on all this. So I'm really happy with that. I am going to go back now to the main page. And so the next thing I'd like to do when I'm working with a client is then I'd like to go to the system overview. And the reason why I go there is because I click on the system overview and it takes us to the general overview. And did we lose Vita? Oh no, she's there. You fell to the bottom of my screen. Sorry, Vita. I thought I lost you. Anyway, it allows you to work with all the reds and all the blues really quickly. And so you're working with everything on that front main page. So here we can see for you, Vita, that you have some meridians showing up, the small intestine 0.13, some sensitivity to computer monitors, sacred geometry in general, sensitivity to latex, stomach 10. Now, when I say sensitivity, that's an energetic. It doesn't mean that you have a physical sensitivity. It may be something that you want to monitor or watch though. And then we can hit general overview again, and it brings us to the bottom. And these would be the items that have had an energetic disturbance for a longer period of time because it's more chronic. And that would be the Seveggio tone of 396, which has to do with liberating guilt and fear, your gallbladder meridian, Nogier L, acetylcholine, juniper berry essential oil. So right now I'm just going to move the timer and I'm going to put it on 1, and I'm going to hit a quick balance. And that means all the items that are red and blue, and there are hundreds here in this section, and blue as well. So we're working with a lot of frequencies here.
Sorry to bug you, teacher, but here's a question. It says you're going to give 127 items for 1 minute. So is the computer dividing 100 minutes by 100 seconds and you're getting 1 second per item?
Yeah, I mean, it just has its algorithms and figures it out.
Or is it just giving you 10 seconds of everything on the top red list and you're only allowing it to go down for the first minute through the top
No,
items?
it's getting all the items.
It's
so
getting them all just spread
yeah.
equally among the timer.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're loading simultaneously everything like on the tray at once, and then sending the frequencies of all of them together in a bulk
Right.
download.
Right. Okay, so that was a 12%. That's a little bit lower. I normally like to see 20 minutes. I mean, a minimum of 20%. I usually like to see 40%. If we continue to get low rectifications, the first thing I would ask Vita is wonder if if you're hydrated and if you've been drinking water, but because we just had a 46%, it might just be that these are a little bit stubborn in moving today. But I'm going to go into some of the libraries a little bit. One that I really want to work on, and I am going to clear out in what I have in my main hold tray right now. I'm going to add in the items, all the items from spiritual protection. And actually, you look wonderful. You don't have any reds or blues here, but we'll see what happens when, oh, there we are, all 11 now. Whoops. When we run a scan on here. So now I have all these 11 items from the spiritual protection. And often physical pain will show up as a psychic attack, and here it is. So let's run all of these items for 1 minute and hope that we can work with clearing all these. Marlene, you get to general overview by tapping on or clicking on system overview. Oh, and Connie just answered it. Sorry, I didn't see that. Thank you.
I'm feeling very emotional. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I mean, that's a good thing. It means we're working through some stuff. So that makes me happy. I'm sorry for your tears, but it's a good release. So
It is.
you need to
Thank
go
you.
off camera if you feel, if you're more comfortable, you could go off camera if you'd like.
Okay.
It may be reassuring to know that there's 22 kinds of tears, each with a different chemistry in it. And as you're crying, you're releasing homeopathic tears. So lick your tears and you'll get exactly the remedy you need from your own brain excreting itself. And this will help your body become more aware of your suffering, which is what is the cure for all suffering, is simple awareness. So don't try to stop your tears. They're the most important thing.
Oh, thank you for that. I
Yeah.
was not aware of that.
Okay, so you had a great rectification for the spiritual protection, 47%. So that's really wonderful. And now we're going to just go back. I'm going to go to look at your chakras, and I'm going to add all the chakras since we're working with them today. I'm going to add them all in. And I also want to look at the meridians. I always add the conception vessel and the governing vessel, no matter what color it's showing up as. And I just want to look at them specifically, and I'm just going to add the reds and the blues on them, and making sure I have the first and last point as well. So here's the first point, and here's the last point. And on the conception vessel, the same thing. I'll add the reds and the blues, and I just want to find the first and last point. How you doing, Vita? You feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Okay. So I'm not going to put in the other meridians right now because we really want to focus on the chakras. So, but I wanted to add those in. We can look at the Nogiers quickly and add Nogier D, G, A, and L. And the reason why I added A in there is because G and A are like universal frequencies. And Dr. Nogier found that our organs and glands have a frequency, kind of like their own signature or fingerprint. And if they go, if that frequency is out of balance, then the function of the organs and glands that it's related to can be out of balance. Nogier L has to do with brain function, right left brain communication. It also have to do with memory issues, depression, or dyslexia. And Nogier D is brain balance, and also it opens the energy to reduce stress. So isn't that interesting that that is your top complaint? So I'm glad we can help you there. And we can look at Saveggio tones, and I always add, and I can't see it, 528. That is the frequency for miracles and DNA repair. And then we could just add these two blue ones in there. We can quickly look at today's stress, which shows your kidneys, lymphatic, and bacteria. I'll add those as well as the 200 and belows. Many of these may have been worked on already when we did the general overview. And the other one that I like to always work with is the spinal energy. Now, when you click the high to low or touch it, it changes it from having it in order of how they appear on your spinal column to the number range. So I'm just going to add the 600 above and 200 belows here. And let's just see if anything in here relates to your knee. So L3 is reproductive organs, uterus, bladder, and knees. Hello. So, the genius is spot on today. All right. We've worked with minerals. I'm not really going to look too much in here because we're going to go back to working with your chakras. I do want to add your emotions though. And I'm going to add 600 and above for you. And we can add your Bach flower essence, and that's really as far as I'm going to go here. Then we're going to go right into some of the other chakra libraries that we have. I am actually going to go into the EEG. Theta helps break down like emotions. So I'm going to add that as well. And you know what? I'm just going to add in lithium. Where is it? Here it is. Lithium and zinc. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my libraries. And I've added some, oh no, I didn't. Whoopsies. Master brand chakras. Wait. Sorry if I just went through that a little bit fast. If anybody is a little bit confused with what I just did, you can always send me an email and I'm happy to explain what I did there. Oh, I just need to begin analysis. And interestingly, your chakras are showing as red. So you're the perfect candidate for today for the theme of chakras. Okay, so your throat chakra is showing up as red, and that's, on the throat chakra, that's talking about the right to speak and hear the truth. And then we also have the 12 chakra systems that's showing as being off more chronically, and the chakras of the solar plexus, which is the right to act. So we're going to look at all of these, but I'm just going to work with the 600 and a whoops. Oh, that we don't have that many 600 and above. Let's see. There is anything else that's popping out on me right here. Okay, and now I'm going to look at the 12 chakras. So for this, I'm going to, what do I want to add here? I think I'm going to add them all, actually, because and I'm going to add the library title just because it's showing as blue. And it didn't like kind of align with what was showing inside. So sometimes it could be just that the frequency, the 12 chakra system, that frequency that it translates to, that frequency is what your body needs. Or it might be once we have all the yellows and greens in, a lot of them may show as highs once we run the progressive scan on there for you. So now we're working with some of these others, and I'm going to also add the 600 and above, and there's no blue on here, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm just going to look through some of the other chakras and just add the reds and the blues in here. And this is your brow chakra, which is right here. How are you doing? Have you settled down a little bit?
Yeah, I feel so much better. Thank you.
Oh, good. Sorry, there's just some that are just intuitively jumping out to me. I can't
Okay.
really give you a reason other than that as to why that I'm adding them. It's just kind of a knowing thing, I guess.
Mhm.
But these are 600 and above. I wanted to add them. Again, it's not, I don't know what made me just want to add those, but I did. And I'm going to add the 600s here. And the blues. So I'm going to run, I think I got them all now. Yeah, we worked with all these. So I'm just going to run a scan right now on these, and then we'll see if we need to add anything else. So what I like to do when I run the first scan is I'll run everything for 1 minute twice, and I'll rescan. And by rescan, I mean hitting that rescan button up at the top over here in between. And then I'll run just the highs for 3 minutes. So the throat chakra is showing up on top here. Do you have any issues communicating or speaking your truth?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay, yeah, I mean, it may not, maybe it doesn't.
but I do have like thyroid issues, and I seem to lose my voice from time to time.
Okay, so that may be why that's showing. You can always look at a thyroid. So 33%. So, I think that's a great percentage. I'm going to rescan it and I'll run everything again for 1 minute. And now I now lovingly embrace my experiences with understanding and wisdom is one of the top ones that's showing up here for you. Carolyn, I'd have to think about that. I have so many different books. If you remind me and send me an email, I can send you some of the titles of some of the books that I use. I don't remember them off the top of my head, though. Sorry. Just please send me the email because I'll forget. So 24%, that's still great because we've now run all of them twice. So now I'm going to rescan it again, and then I'm just going to run the highs for 3 minutes. So I'm going to click the highs, and now I'm just going to change it to 3 minutes. Now, Larch is one of the Bach flower essences. So let's just look here for 1 minute and see what Larch is saying. So Larch has to do with developing confidence. Does that resonate at all with you?
Yes.
So, okay, so let's work with those.
It's gonna make me cry again.
Oh, I'm sorry, but let it out. You gotta release it. You can go off camera, just let it go. Better out than in.
Right. I was at the right place at the right time today.
Vita, it's Dr. Deb here, and I want you to know that by even just reading these words on this page, when your ears hear your voice, it's like a whole nother session. Electronically, your voice is acting like a genius. So
Okay.
if you're looking at, as to say, I don't know how to get out of this, just look at the words that are coming up on the page that your own subconscious has asked. Say, you could actually say these words out loud as you're waiting the minute. Like, I now allow my most painful experiences to be released from my body, and my sacrum holds its power. And I am now releasing any psychic attack and allow feelings of close alignment with the universe. So if you're actually saying those things to yourself out loud, it's even doubling the power of the session with hollow linguistic programming.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have those words to say to themselves, how to soothe themselves. So I think Denise has done an amazing job at collecting things into a repertoire that gives you a reflection of the verbal words of what that frequency represents. And so don't feel hesitant to just actually say the words that are right out loud on the page. It's your body talking to you.
Okay.
Great job there, Denise.
Yes. Right on. Cutting the cord.
That psychic attack is showing up. I feel that that is related to your knees, so it'll be interesting to see how your knees are feeling. If we have time after this, I will go into like maybe pain or your muscles or something.
Okay.
Do you feel that that stress is lessening
Oh
on
my
you?
gosh. Yes.
Good.
100%. There was so much tightness in my chest and just, I felt like a rubber band. I was going to snap any minute and it's gone.
Good. That's so good to hear. Okay, 56%. Yay, that's amazing.
That is
So we
good.
work, you know, we were able to work through a lot of these highs in here. Now the 56% is a probability, but it's a good indication that you were able to work through a lot of these. So now I just want to go and let's look at your aura quickly and see what that looks like. And then I can try and just see how how are your knees doing? Can you move them around?
Yeah, they feel really good. Like, it's weird.
And look, your chakra's looking, I mean, your aura is looking beautiful. There's still some stagnant energy here down on the bottom, but
Mhm.
we're bringing a lot of some vibrant colors in here. So that's great. So where would you put your knees? You were at a 5 out of 10 before.
Honestly, it's 0. I don't feel anything right now. I feel like there's energy flowing there.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. So what would you like to look at? Do we still have a few minutes left here? Do you want to look at your thyroid? Is there any other area you'd like to look at? Or would you want me to just keep trying to work on seeing if we could bring more brightness into that aura?
I'll let you decide what you think.
Okay. So I'm going to go back into my libraries and I'm just going to add everything to you that's in here. And I will do and let's see what comes up.
I am sitting in a car, and normally when I sit in the car, my knees really hurt. They're not even bothering me. I keep moving them like, is this for real?
I'm so glad. Sorry, I have so many libraries. It takes a while to scan through them. Okay, so let's I know what I want to work with for you. I want to work on stability and grounding. So I'm just going to do a quick balance on
Okay.
these using the Alaskan gemstones. Whenever, you know, we're feeling stressed or anxious or worried or just any emotional feelings where, you know, where we're not like happy, basically, it's always important to work on grounding because really If we're anxious, it's we're worried about what's ahead of us in the future. And if we're depressed, we're worried or sad about things that have happened in the past. So we want to make sure that we're centered and in the present so that we don't go too far ahead or too far behind. So 39% rectification, so that is great. And let's just go and see what your aura looks like now after that. So it's looking, it looks a little bit muddy right now, and that's okay. We just introduced a lot. We can either run those gems a little bit longer, which is what I think I want to do. So I just need to find them again. Oh, well, I came here by accident, but I don't believe that there are any mistakes, so we're gonna run these. So these are just some different Alaskan flower essences that I like using. And 47%, so that's great. We can just go back and check on that aura. Hopefully we're gonna see something really bright now. So some purple coming in. It's working its way out. Let's just I don't know what let's just, I'm feeling like you need a little meridian help here. I'm gonna add everything from these two meridians for the governing and conception.
Okay.
Sometimes just running these, getting the energy flowing, although you did say you felt it flowing, but. So this is the quick zap. It's similar to the main hold tray, except that the Genius doesn't use algorithms to look at each of these in relationship to each other. That's the only difference between the quick zap and the main hold tray, but it does make the main hold tray, in my opinion, more powerful. So that is my preference on where to run. Okay, and that's 40%. And let's just go. I'm just looking at the notes, and Vita did mention her thyroid, and Debbie's making a suggestion here. Where did the glands go? Why am I not? Oh. So we can just run, let's empty the quick zap, and we can add your parathyroid, your thyroid.
Be sure to pick the pancreas, which is the pair of the parathyroid.
All right, and I was just gonna add some minerals and add some zinc in there. The copper and the zinc was low. All right, so let's just run this quickly. Thanks, Connie, regarding the your note on the knees. I'm not going to go to the stomach right now, as she said her knees are feeling better. It may have just been some stagnant energy and emotional energy that we worked on there. All right, so 50% rectification. That's awesome. And let's see your aura, and then we're just going to wrap things up here. Hopefully, it will still look beautiful, your aura. And the stuff that we're seeing here on the left-hand side, that's all moving out. So
Okay.
hopefully.
Oh,
So we're seeing some bright stuff coming in. There's still, we've been working with a lot of frequencies. I'm not too concerned with everything around here, but overall, you know, you have more brightness coming in on those energies. So and you're still feeling good, I assume?
yes. Thank you both so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at Denise@Inside Health Apps, and look forward to seeing everybody next Thursday for our live. It's been a pleasure always working with you. And thank you, Vita, again.
Thank you again. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.